How's everyone doing? Firstly, if you could like and subscribe to support this channel, that'd be very helpful to me. So then we can start getting on big stars and then you interviewing yourselves as well. So if you can support the channel, that'd be good. I'm already in talks of getting people on the channel to have an interview. So that'd be good if you could like, subscribe first and foremost. So this is the review of Raw and Smackdown week commencing the 29th of August. So it starts off with AJ and Ziggler versus Finn and Priest. Tag team match to kick it off. Really good match. Obviously AJ and Ziggler can go. Finn is awesome. Priest is good as well. In the end, Priest wins the match. And then basically a vehicle turns up and it's Edge. Edge then pulls up and because Priest is calling out Edge. And then Edge turns out. Everyone starts brawling. And then the Mysterios turn up with a kendo sticks. So clear the house. So that was it really. Next match was Alexa Bliss, Bianca, and Asuka versus some chicks, and it was a squash match. Obviously, that was that. It's warming them up for Clash at the Castle, basically for their trios match. So obviously Miz was abducted by Dexter the other week. So Alex Pierce and people have been asking Miz what happened, but Miz doesn't want to talk about it for some unknown reason. I don't know why, what he did to him, God knows. Then we had Kurt Angle come out because it was in Pittsburgh in his hometown. So Kurt Angle came out, and then as he was talking up the crowd, then Alpha Academy come out, and they wanted Kurt Angle to join the Alpha Academy for one night only. Angle then denied and said no, he declined. He doesn't want to join the Alpha Academy. And as things started getting a bit heated, the Streets Profits turned up before anyone got a beat down. Then we had the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. Really good match. Obviously, two great tag teams, but in the end, Montez Ford won. And he also used the ankle lock on Gable. I will say, and I keep saying it every week, that Montez Ford is definitely the future of this company. I see him being a massive star. I just see it. He's got everything. He's got the moves. He's got the mic. He's got everything. So I watch out for that. I'm here pulling for him. Then we have Seth versus Riddle. So basically a face-off via satellite for the match at Clash at the Castle. And it gets a bit deep really, because Riddle said to Seth that Becky is the man in their relationship. And then the camera goes off, and then Seth starts calling Riddle names and says about his divorce and his wife leaving him with 2 kids. Now, if you're not familiar with UFC and mixed martial arts, they've basically taken that segment from DC and John Jones. I think it was UFC 182, I believe it was, or 214. Where they're both going back and forth, and then the camera goes off, and then John Jones starts being really sadistic, and where he's talking to DC. So they've taken that. It's quite good the way they did it. I think that was quite good. Then you had Lashley versus Miz. Really good match. Obviously, both people can go. And in the end of the match, Miz was going to try and go for the Hurt Lock. Obviously, that was not going to work. But then Dexter turned up again in the crowd, and then Lashley put the Hurt Lock on Miz and won the match. Then we had a backstage angle with Kurt Angle and Edge. Previously, I think it was in the early 2000s, Kurt Angle and Edge were having matches back and forth. And then there was a point where Edge was getting Angle to read out some cards, and on the back of the cards there were words like saying he's stupid, stuff like that. So that's basically what happened here. And then the Mysterios had to let Kurt Angle in on a joke, so that was quite funny. Then we had the Usos and Sami Zayn turn up in the ring, obviously talking about the Tribal Chief, how he's going to dominate at Clash of the Castle, etc, etc. Then KO pulls up and tells Sami he can do better. He used to be one of the best wrestlers in the world. Now he's holding the bags of the bloodline. Then we had Jey Uso versus KO. Really good match. I think Jey has a lot of potential as well to be world champion. That's just my opinion. In the end, KO won by a stunner. But what was supposed to happen in the match, the referee was distracted, and Sami Zayn was meant to hit KO with a chair, but he didn't in the end. And KO won by stunner. Then in the main event, we had Dakota Dakota Sky in it. Yeah, Dakota Sky, yeah. Versus and Io Sky versus Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez. So the winner become the new women's tag team champions. Really good match, but in the end, Aaliyah and Raquel won. So they're your new women's tag team champions. Previously relinquished by Sasha Banks and Naomi, where I haven't seen them since. I don't know what's going on, so no idea. Then on SmackDown, the Viking Raiders against a New Day in a Vikings rule match. So you had like a boat on part of the ring. You had shields, tables. You had a lot. Really physical match. Quite a few high spots. Go and watch it. It was quite physical. But in the end, the Viking Raiders put Xavier through 2 tables, and that was that. That was that. So then we had Sammy and the Usos getting ready for Roman Reigns' appreciation night, which is Roman Reigns' 2 years as champion. So that was happening there. Then we had Karrion Kross in his first match on SmackDown since his comeback, I should say. We tried to forget about what happened in the past with the helmet and stuff. We don't want to talk about that. And he's going against Gulak, obviously squash match. Ronda turns up. She gets a letter, basically. She wants to show to Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce comes out. The letter basically says Ronda may have done some bad things, but she's not a criminal, so she should not have been arrested. And then Adam Pearce sort of blows a gasket and starts having a go at Ronda, and then Ronda attacks him and gets him in the armbar. Then Hit Row versus Maximum Male Models. Hit Row obviously wins, and then Maximum Male Models and Los Grios, I can never pronounce the name, they start beating down Hit Row, and then the Street Profits turn up for the save. Then we had Corbin versus Shinsuke, really good match there. In the end, Shinsuke won. But after the match, in the backstage area, JBL was like walking, I don't know, not JBL, sorry, that gives it away. Corbin was just standing about, I don't know, looking into the stars, and then a long limo turned up with a horn on the front, which is JBL's limo, if you don't know. So see what happens there. Then we had Kaiser versus Butch from Sheamus' stable. Actually a really good match, really intense match. They went head to head, and in the end, Butch won with the bitter end. It was a really nice finish. If I haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's a good finish. I was quite impressed by that. Then in the main event segment, we had the Usos come out talking up Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, because it's his 2 years anniversary of him being champion. And as they said that, a SUV pulled up. It was Roman. He's about to come to the ring. Then he got kicked in the head, claymored in the head by Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre then comes down to the ring and basically takes out everybody and says he's going to be the new champion. So we will see. We will see at Clash at the Castle in Cardiff in England. So we will see. So that's your review of Raw and SmackDown week commencing August 29th, I should say. So if you could like and subscribe, that would be very kind of you. Take care.